Hi, love. Welcome back to Becoming with Anna, a space for women who's growing herself while raising her family. Here, we explore how to become the best version of ourselves, not for protection, not for perfection, not for applause, but so that you can show up for the people you love, your children, your partner, yourself, from a place of wholeness. Because presence is powerful and softness is strength, and becoming is a process, let's begin with a breath. Inhale slowly through your nose and sigh it all out through your mouth. Feel that tiny shift. That's the beginning of a return to yourself. Okay, so today I want to begin with a moment that just happened recently. We were trying to get out the door for a morning errand, which, if you have little ones, you already know it is an Olympic level event in itself. I had one baby in the wrap. I was halfway dressed. My toddler was running around through the house yelling. I can't find my shoes. Like it was a national emergency, and my oldest was distracted. I still hadn't had breakfast. The diaper bag wasn't packed. I was sweating, and the time we were supposed to leave had already passed, so I was already late. Then my toddler stopped, looked at me, and said calmly, "You're breathing like a dragon, Mommy." She wasn't wrong. I was huffing and puffing and holding back tears. I was trying to hold it all together. And then one sentence, "You're breathing like a dragon," stopped me cold. I kneeled down, put my hand on my heart, and I said softly out loud, "I need to come back to my senses. I need to come back to myself." And I did. Right there on the rug with a cold cup of coffee nearby, baby spit up on my shirt. I felt grounded. Maybe you can relate. That phrase, "comes back to your senses," is more than poetic, it's literal. Because when we're overwhelmed, we leave our bodies. We're up in our heads, thinking in circles, gripping for control. We're everywhere but in the present moment. And sensory grounding is how we return to ourselves. It's how we tell the nervous system, hey, we're not in danger, we're not lost, we're just overstimulated, and that's fixable. So let's talk about the 5-4-3-2 method. This is one of my favorite grounding tools, and it uses your 5 senses to bring you back to the now, to the present moment. It's actually scientifically backed up, often used in trauma recovery and anxiety treatments, and it's mom approved because you can do it too with your kids around, or even just whispering it in your own head. You can do it. So here's how it goes. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and then 1 thing you can taste. Simple, powerful, and very anchoring. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the science behind it. From a brain perspective, this method activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, awareness, and decision making. It interrupts the fear loop, often triggered in your amygdala, another part of your brain, and it says to it, look, we're here now. There's a floor under your feet, there's breath in your lungs, and there is no tiger, just a toddler meltdown. Even if you're stress is real. Your brain calms down when your senses are engaged and in the present moment. So let's try it now. Wherever you are, if you're driving, you can just listen and visualize. But if you're having some time on your own, sit comfortably, hand on your heart, belly soft, and let your eyes gently just move around the space that you're in. 5 things you can see, name them slowly in your mind or whisper them out loud. Maybe sunlight, your child's toy, a cup of coffee, a wrinkle in a blanket, your own hands. 4 things you can touch. Notice your pants, your hair, the floor under your feet, your breath moving across your lips. 3 things you can hear. The sound of my voice, maybe a fan in the background, maybe your child playing nearby. Let the sounds come without judgment. Just notice them. 2 things you can smell, even if it's faint. Notice maybe coffee, lotion, laundry soap, baby shampoo. And then 1 thing you can taste. Swallow gently. Is there any lingering taste? Maybe toothpaste or tea or nothing? Water? That counts too. Now take a breath. Feel how different your body feels from just naming what's here and now. This is presence. This is groundness. This is the doorway out of panic and back into your own peace. I used this exact practice one night after a rough bedtime that I had with my kids. I was exhausted. The kids wouldn't sleep unless they were being nursed or being held. My toddler was crying because I didn't sing the song the right way she wanted me to sing it, which if you're a toddler parent, you know what I mean. And I felt this wave of failure flood over me. Like, why can't I get this right? I wanted to cry, and I almost did. But instead, I started whispering the practice. I see the lamp. I see the moonlight on the wall. I see my daughter and her beautiful hair, so long. I feel her hand on my arm. I didn't even finish the list. By the time I got to what I could hear, I felt present again. Still tired, still stretched thin, but not lost. And when my toddler looked up at me and whispered, "Mommy, you look calm," I almost cried for a different reason. That's the power of this practice. So you don't need a retreat to reconnect to yourself. You don't need a perfect morning, a slow morning, or total silence. You need moments like these integrated in your day-to-day life as a mother. Small pauses, breaths between the chaos, tiny rituals that say to you that you're still here. You're not broken. You're just overstimulated. You're doing the work of raising humans and raising yourself at the same time and reparenting. That deserves reverence. Let's close today with a short mantra meditation. Let's do it again. Hand to heart, hand to belly. Soften your belly. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And say, I am here. This moment is enough. I can return whenever I need to. Let it echo. You can return again and again to your breath, to your senses, to your soft and wise self. This week, I invite you to try this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 reset at least once a day. Maybe when your house feels loud and when your mind starts racing or when bedtime stretches too long for you. Just whisper the steps and let your body follow. In our next episode, we'll explore emotional clutter and how to make space for your real feelings so they don't build up and spill over in ways that you don't intend them to. It's tender, it's freeing, and it's part of becoming. Until then, stay soft, stay grounded, and always keep becoming. I'll see you next time.